2 planks of wood, 4 bicycle wheels, 1 engine bolted to the back. That's it. That's the whole car. Meet the Smith Flyer, one of the strangest, cheapest, and most brilliant vehicles ever built in America. And the story behind it is wilder than the machine itself. The A.O. Smith Corporation made its name building frames and parts for other car companies. But in 1914, they decided to build something of their own. What they built didn't change American transportation because it was powerful or beautiful or fast. It changed things because nobody had seen anything like it. The secret wasn't the car, it was the wheel, specifically a motor wheel, an engine, a hub, and a tire fused into a single, self-contained power plant that could bolt onto almost anything. The concept came from Arthur William Wall in the UK, who'd used it to motorize bicycles. A.O. Smith licensed the design, tried it on bicycles first, and then, around 1915 to 1916, bolted it onto a simple wooden frame. They called it the Smith Flyer. Chief Engineer Reuben Stanley Smith filed the patents, including U.S. Patent 1373918. That paperwork would matter more than anyone expected. Picture a wooden buckboard, 2 seats, no roof, no windshield, no suspension. The wooden frame itself did the flexing over bumps. That was your ride comfort, all of it. The motor wheel hung off the back like a fifth wheel because that's exactly what it was. Want to move? Lower the wheel onto the road. Want to idle? Lift it back up. That was the entire transmission. No clutch, no gearbox, no reverse. The throttle sat on the steering tiller. The only brake was a foot pedal on the front wheels. If that wasn't enough stopping power, well, that was your problem. Under the hood, if you could call it that, sat a single-cylinder, air-cooled, 4-stroke gasoline engine, around 200 cc. Early versions made about 1 horsepower. Not a typo. 1. Wheelbase, 62 inches. Width, 30 inches. Weight, 135 pounds. Top speed, 22 miles an hour. And the price tag is where it gets interesting. A Ford Model T cost over $400 in 1917. The Smith Flyer sold for $135. For anyone who needed cheap, basic transportation, that math was hard to ignore. In 1919, Briggs and Stratton, already a name in small engines, bought the Flyer program outright. They looked at what A.O. Smith had built and saw the truth of it immediately. This was never a car company. It was an engine platform. They went to work on the motor wheel, a stronger connecting rod, a larger bore, flywheel magneto ignition, and a bump to 2 horsepower. They even launched a magazine for it, Motor Wheel Age, to feed the growing base of owners. The Flyer kept rolling in limited numbers, but Briggs and Stratton's real interest was never the wooden buggy, it was the motor. By 1925, they sold off the Flyer rights entirely and kept the engine. That engine became the foundation of the Briggs and Stratton small engine empire. Lawnmowers, snowblowers, generators, the kind of equipment still sitting in garages around the world today. The Flyer is gone. The engine it carried is everywhere. A.O. Smith built roughly 25,000 motor wheels before that 1919 sale, and the Flyer was just one application among several. Nobody kept exact production numbers for the car itself, which means surviving examples today are rare. Only a few dozen intact originals are thought to exist, and they surface only occasionally at major auctions or tucked away in museum collections. So what's a piece of this history actually worth? In 1917, $135 bought you a Smith Flyer, about $3,700 today. By 1918, the price had split, $145 for the chassis alone, or $225 with the motor wheel included, roughly $6,100 in today's money. On the modern collector market, the numbers climb fast. A 1919 Briggs and Stratton Flyer sold at R.M. Sotheby's Hershey auction in 2019 for $27,500. A 1916 Smith Flyer sold that same year for $18,700. A Briggs and Stratton example brought $20,900 at Amelia Island back in 2006. Today, a well-preserved original with its correct motor wheel typically sells somewhere between $15,000 and $30,000, depending on condition and provenance. The Smith Flyer was never the fastest vehicle of its era, never the safest, never the most comfortable. It was none of those things. But it was accessible, it was affordable, it solved a real problem for real people, getting from one place to another without a horse, without a Model T budget, and without complexity. And the engine at its heart outlasted the vehicle by a century. That's the Smith Flyer, a wooden platform, a borrowed wheel, and a borrowed idea that quietly ended up powering the world. If you found this interesting, subscribe. More forgotten machines, more real engineering history, and the stories behind the things that shaped how we live every week.